Laser sights are an essential firearms training tool, clearly correcting and improving the two most important shooting fundamentals, aiming and trigger control. Crimson Trace, making laser sights standard equipment. Learn more at crimsontrace.com.
Welcome back to Tom Gresham's Gun Talk from the Ruger booth at the NRA Show.
All right, we are back with you. Tom Gresham here. It is Gun Talk Radio. We're doing this one, we like to say it's live, but it's we used to call it live to tape, but since we're not doing tape anymore, it's live to digits somewhere. We're at the Ruger booth at the NRA Annual Meetings. We're actually doing this on a Saturday. You'll hear it on Mother's Day Sunday, a week later, but that's okay because all the news is news, and we're doing a lot of fun stuff here. And glad that you could be with us. If you want to follow us more, go to guntalk.com. Also, you can check it out, guntalk.com/win. We're always got sweepstakes and things going on. We're just having a ball. It's great. People are walking by. We are waving at them, having a good time here. We're joined right now by Jeremy Millette from Silencer Shop. Jeremy, we were tempted to turn your mic down so it sounded like you're talking to a silencer.
Yeah.
That's a weird thing we do.
I'm not sure how that would go over on radio. You might not be able to hear me at that point.
That's true. That's true. Exactly right. So, all right. So, first of all, tell them who Silencer Shop is and what you guys do.
So, Silencer Shop is actually the largest distributor of silencers in the country.
Oh, okay.
So, we do about 50 to 60% of all silencers sold in the United States.
Really? You got half the market.
A lot of people don't realize that, yeah. But, one of the things that we do is we make buying really easy.
Okay.
And so we've really simplified the process.
Because to a lot of people, if you don't know, it's kind of a scary process. You've heard a lot of stuff about buying and owning a silencer.
That's exactly right. Yeah. So there's just on the train up here, I heard someone say, "Oh, you have to have a Class 3 license to buy a silencer, or this or that." And none of that's true. So we take all the guesswork out of it.
Okay. So how does it work? What do you have to have?
So you purchase the silencer.
Okay.
And then you purchase the $200, what we call the tax stamp. That's the federal tax on the silencer. Silencer Shop then processes all of your paperwork and submits it to the ATF.
Really? You guys do that?
We do that, yep. And then once the ATF approves your application, then you get notified and you can pick up your silencer and take it home.
All right. So how does it happen? I mean, where do you go? Obviously, you're doing this online. You've got silencer shops online. So where do you go to get your silencer?
So when you go to silencershop.com and you select the silencer that you want, you'll also pick the dealer in your area that you want to use.
Gotcha. Okay.
The silencer will be sent to them. Again, Silencer Shop will do all the paperwork, so we handle everything.
So your local dealer is holding on to the silencer?
That's correct. But Silencer Shop actually handles all the paperwork. They just are a holding spot for it.
Okay.
And if you can buy a gun, you can buy a silencer. That's how difficult the background check is.
All right. So what do you have to submit? People are saying, well, what do I have to do for that?
Absolutely. So, not to get too nitty-gritty because, again, the point is that we simplify it.
You're going to make it easy for them, right?
But you have to get fingerprinted.
Right.
Which we have digital kiosks around the country where you can go get your fingerprints digital.
You guys do?
Absolutely. We've got about 400 kiosks around the country currently. So you can get your fingerprints digitized.
Wow.
Once you're in the system, you never have to get fingerprinted again. So we keep those on file so that you don't have to go back.
You do make it easy.
We do.
Oh, wow.
And then we have an app for Apple and Android that you can download and take a selfie, like a passport-style photo.
Really?
And that's it. So you get fingerprinted, you get your photo taken on the app, and then we send you the paperwork digitally through your email that you sign on your phone or tablet.
Right.
And you're done. Sit back and wait. It's that simple.
So how long has it taken these days? Because I know that there have been various times that it had taken as long as a year, and I don't think it's running that anymore.
No, I mean, wait times, we're really seeing that they're very volatile right now. It's kind of interesting because we've seen customers get them back in 4 months, and then we've seen customers get them back in 6 months, same day.
Oh, wow.
So they're just kind of yo-yoing all over the place.
Depends on whose desk it lands on at ATF.
I think you pretty much nailed it there.
Some of them are faster than others. Okay, simple as that. All right, so once you get your silencer, are there restrictions on what you can do with it or traveling with it?
Oh, that's a very good question. So they're legal in 42 states. I guess I'm sure you can guess the states where they're not legal.
The same, the usual suspects, as we say. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. They're legal for hunting in almost all those states. You need to check your local regs for what you can do, whether it's public land or private land, night hunting, day hunting,
right?
Varmints or big game.
Yeah, and game departments have different regs as whether you can use a suppressor, silencer.
Absolutely. So, but they're legal for hunting in most instances. Of course, you can use it for target shooting and, anything that you would use your gun for, you can use a silencer.
Oh, you know what? I'll tell people, if you don't know, if you travel on an airline, it has to be in checked baggage, and you have to declare it as though it's a firearm.
That's correct. It's treated as a firearm. ATF classifies
even if you don't have a gun with it.
Yeah.
You have to declare it.
That's 100%.
All right, great story for you. A friend of ours was coming in to do some video with us, brought us a silencer with him from one of the manufacturers. He's at the ticket counter, he declare, I need a firearm card. You got to do the whole deal, just like you're checking a gun. And they open it up. They say, what is that? I said, well, it's a silencer. And he said, well, looked at him and said, are you an assassin?
Yeah, silencers aren't for assassins. They're for people that want to protect their hearing, right? People that don't want to go deaf while enjoying their, favorite sport of shooting, right? Whether it's hunting or target shooting or whatnot. There's an old joke, right? You ask an older hunter, you say, hey, how's it going? And they go, what?
Yes. No,
that's
it's
the
so
first
true.
thing, right?
Yeah, it's exactly. I mean, and we all know old shooters, particularly competition shooters, who just can't hear.
That's right.
And so silencers are a health deal, which brings us to the Hearing Protection Act, because there are still people who think, well, I'm just going to wait till that passes. I'm not going to buy my silencer now. That was a bad plan before, but it's even worse plan now because it's kind of dead in the water right now, isn't it?
Yeah, so if you were waiting on the Hearing Protection Act, you would have been waiting 3 years by now.
You could have had it for 2 years, 2.5 years.
Exactly. And so, after the Vegas shooting, Paul Ryan shelved the bill. So, it's dead.
It's just dead in the water right now.
Yeah.
So forget it. Get in line. Get it going. Get your suppressor, silencer. All right, for people who have not shopped, give me an idea. If say I wanted a silencer for a 9mm pistol, what's the price range these days?
They vary from about $500 to $800, depending on the characteristics that you want. Whether they're modular, they can be adjusted in length.
Okay.
Whether they can be used on other calibers. For example, there is a 9mm silencer that can actually be used with a .308.
Okay.
So,
but don't put your regular 9mm on a .308 because we have a whole issue of muzzle pressure,
exactly.
Blast, gas, all of that. You can, if not blow it apart, you can certainly damage a suppressor by using it on the wrong gun.
Absolutely. You have to make sure that it's rated for the calibers that you're going to use it on.
Right. Okay. So, but once you have them, are they life limited? Do they wear out, or do they do work forever?
Well, a competition shooter like the guy that you just had home might be able to wear one out, but I don't think a normal person could. We've got one at the shop that we've got probably 320,000 rounds through.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. So, I'm not going to shoot that much. I would love to, but I'm not going to.
Yeah, it still sounds great, and some people swear that it sounds better than one that's brand new.
How about maintenance? What do you clean them? What do you have to do?
Well, that's a good question. So it depends on whether it's a rimfire silencer, a pistol silencer, or a rifle silencer.
Okay.
So rimfire and pistol most definitely need to be cleaned. Rifle silencers don't necessarily have to be cleaned, although there are a few on the market that can be. Really, in rifle silencers, the only thing that cleaning it does is reduce the weight by maybe an ounce from the buildup.
Oh, just the junk inside.
Exactly, but it's not really necessary because most of it burns off from the high-pressure rounds.
To clean it, could you clean them in an ultrasonic cleaner, drop them in?
You can, yeah. And, of course, most of them use Cerakote or some sort of finish like that. You just want to make sure that you don't put aluminum in an ultrasonic cleaner.
Okay.
That'll actually make the baffles inside brittle. And when you shoot it, they can shatter.
That's not good. Yeah, that's a bad thing.
Yeah, so don't use an ultrasonic cleaner on aluminum silencers.
And I know you've got all this information on your website. You guys
Absolutely.
you're the go-to guys on all this stuff. I would just say this, when you buy your first silencer, that's what it will be. Because you're going to get more after that. Because once you get it, and you're going to go, holy cow, this is so much better than I ever imagined it was going to be.
You're 110% correct. I've never, ever met someone that just bought one silencer and didn't buy another one.
It's like the old Lay's potato chips, man. You can't eat just one, you know.
That's right.
You cannot buy just one suppressor. Once you get one, you're going, oh, I have to get this for my other guns, right?
Exactly, which kind of leads me to an important point that I tell people. Think of a silencer like a scope. When you buy a scope, you buy it for a specific application in mind. Not that it can't do other stuff, but you don't see people buy a 6 to 20 power scope, put it on their long-distance rifle.
And move it all over into different guns.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Even though it can,
yeah,
but it's not the best for that application.
And when you think about it, a suppressor is about the cost of a good scope.
Exactly.
So if you're willing to buy a bunch of different scopes, why wouldn't you buy a bunch of different suppressors?
Exactly, and a suppressor is more versatile because you can use it on different rifles.
That's true. Absolutely, you can. Well, and again, all the information is available. Give them the website.
Silencershop.com.
Very easy. Jeremy, thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Always a pleasure, man. You are the answer man on this stuff. This is great.
Try to be.
All right. All right, don't go far. We'll be right back at the NRA's annual meetings.
Trust in Scepter ARX, preferred defense for your self-defense ammunition. It features patented technology and an advanced lead-free polymer copper material for unprecedented terminal performance. Its non-hollow point round nose design means it feeds flawlessly and won't plug or fail to transfer energy on impact. Lightweight projectiles reduce weight in your carry gun and add velocity to all loads and calibers. Inceptor ARX is available in all popular handgun calibers. Learn more at InceptorAmmo.com.
For 36 years, the U.S. Sportsmen's Alliance has been fighting to protect hunting, fishing, and trapping for sportsmen from coast to coast. Today, we are under constant attack from extremist animal rights groups who want to end your ability to hunt in the U.S. Join us to protect our sporting heritage and our way of life outdoors. To join or for more information on how you can help, go to ussportsman.org. That's ussportsman.org.
It's the next generation target pistol, the SW22 Victory from Smith & Wesson. Stainless steel frame, interchangeable match barrel, thumb safety, fiber optic sights, and a Picatinny rail. The SW22 Victory is ready for anything, targets or small game. Also available with a threaded barrel or cryptic camo finish. And it's backed by the Smith & Wesson Lifetime Service Policy. Learn more about the SW22 Victory at smith-wesson.com.
Attacks happen every day. How will you react? See real people put into real-life criminal attack situations on First Person Defender. Discover what works and what doesn't. Kidnapping, ATM robbery, home invasion, and other attacks. Learn how to save your life and the lives of your family. Get the entire first season on DVD at shopguntalk.com. Get prepared. shopguntalk.com.
Used guns can be a great value, but you have to know who you're buying from. What if you could buy quality used guns with a lifetime warranty from the Internet's largest online reseller? That's what you get at DuriesGuns.com. They stand behind every firearm purchase for life. If you have a problem, they'll either fix or replace your gun. Pistols, rifles, shotguns, and more. Check out their inventory today at DuriesGuns.com. Back with you, Tom Gresham. It is Gun Talk, and we are at the NRA's annual meetings in Dallas, Texas. Always a pleasure to be in Dallas, having a ball over here. Just had some folks come by. And during the breaks, we get together and chat with people, and it's a bunch of fun. One of the things that he said, it was interesting, and I was pointing out, said, look, when you look around here, I mean, literally, I'm looking around a pretty big space here. I don't see a single piece of trash on the floor. Find me another public venue where you have 80,000 people milling around. Look at that. Man just picked up a piece of trash and threw it in the trash can. And the thing is, if somebody drops a piece of trash, somebody else behind them is going to pick it up and put it in the trash can. Now, I know that's a little thing, and that doesn't amount to a whole lot. But it tells me a lot about the people around here. Usually you have 80,000 people, and when it's over, the cleanup crews have to come through almost with the bulldozer to get all the garbage and the trash off the floor. I am not kidding. I am looking around up and down the aisles. Seriously, guys, you guys don't see any trash anywhere, do you? No, anywhere. I don't know what that is exactly, but it says something. And you got a lot of please and thank yous and yes, ma'am, and yes, sirs, and holding the doors open for people. And no, you go ahead, and here, let me help you with that. And, of course, I already told the story about the young man who lost his wallet. They found it at Lost and Found, and all the cash was in it. We have weird people who show up here all the time. Some we know, and some that are just escapees, and one just shows up here. So, okay, here he is. Mr. Rob Latham.
Weird is the right way of putting it.
That's right. Mr. In the Nick of Time.
Yeah, sorry about that. I was just wandering
good.
around going like, I can't find the booth that's exactly where I'm looking at. I'm looking at Ruger's sign and going like, where's Ruger at? I was here yesterday. Senility's a heck of a thing.
That's right. You know, it's amazing. You can get out of bed and tie your shoes.
Who said I tied them? Zippers.
That's why we have slip-on shoes.
Right, slip-on. That's right.
Velcro.
Velcro. Great.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Right. I was over in your booth yesterday, and you guys, the Springfield Armory is showing the video of Trump. It was unbelievable how many people. I mean, you had a couple hundred people just sitting there watching the big video.
It was not only just the people in the booth, and we had the Jumbotron going there, and it was booths next to us and everywhere else. We had to kind of move out of the way to make room for important people to watch things.
Yeah, I mean, basically, they shut you down because when the president shows up, you step aside.
You step aside. Well, it's almost like they wanted to see him instead of talk to me. I'm a little.
Did it hurt your feelings?
I'm a little hurt. Yeah, but I'm over it now.
Okay.
Yeah, because I forget things quick, Tom. You know that.
Yeah. So you've been doing demos?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've had quite a few people on. We had Steve Tarani on this morning. We're going to have a guy named Brian Morgan at 12:30.
Steve, Mr. Scared the hell out of you.
The reason they made a 45 is because of Steve Tarani.
Yeah, because if he has a nail clipper with him, he's going to cut you to pieces.
If he's got a fingernail that's grown out, it doesn't matter what it's going to be. That guy's going to do.
I mean, seriously, and when it really is. When the first time you see him do his thing, it's like your eyes just get really big, right?
Well, imagine being on my side. So I'm up there doing these demos with him, and he just disarms you, and it's more than it's disarming.
Right.
It's for me. I laugh because not completely.
He takes your gun away from you.
Not completely inexperienced in this, and I'm watching it happen, and I'm just totally helpless. And it just occurs to me that the only way this could ever work out for me is if as soon as I saw him, shoot him.
Well, if he starts to get down to the car, just shoot him.
Just shoot him. Just, explain.
I mean, Steve, come on, you're my friend, but I got to shoot you, man.
I got to shoot you. This is the only way. I'll let me shoot you a little bit to slow you down.
It really is. It really is something. All right, Springfield Armory's got some news that you guys did something that I think people are giving you some kudos for. We ought to talk about.
Well, having been on both sides of this thing over the decades, but always having been a Second Amendment supporter and fighting for the gun rights. I mean, we're a gun company. We want to sell guns. That's who we are. The whole situation became intolerable, with Dick's
Sporting Goods and their affiliate Field and Stream right? stores, where they said, first they said, we're not going to sell the guns. Okay, great, fine. That's your choice. And then they said, we're going to destroy the guns that we had. Okay, that's your choice too. But they took it a step further.
Well,
they hired a lobbying firm to go against gun ownership
in the United States. It's one thing to say they've done it before. When there have been assault gun bans and things over the decades, they would make a posturing move where they would pull guns and put them in the back and say we're not going to sell them.
Posturing is exactly right.
So we're going to pull these things out. We're going to put them in the back. We're not going to put an MSR or an AR-15. We're not going to put it on the shelf.
Right. But if you want, when you get asked for,
they'll stick it back in.
We'll bring it back out. Right. We're going to pretend we're doing something.
Yeah. And it was nothing. But this was the step where something happened where somebody finally said, we're going to just go ahead and...
We're going to hire a lobbying firm to work against gun ownership.
They sell firearms in their stores. Matter of fact, a very good friend of mine just left Dick's.
Really? Just over this?
Yes. Because he worked, his department he worked in was the they call it blood sports, but it's the firearms and the hunting and all that kind of stuff. And it became a situation where you couldn't.
So what did Springfield do?
Well, we basically cut off all ties with Dick's and or.
Not sell them any guns?
No, we're not going to sell them any guns.
Rifles, pistols, nothing?
Anything. Nothing. It's not we're not going to sell them just Saint rifles. We're not going to sell them any product that we produce because we can't see how Yeah, exactly. And we can't be in a position where we're
Way to go, partner.
We can't be in a position where we'll sell them pistols because they'll still sell pistols. Well, you know what? No. We don't need them that bad.
Right.
Because if the consumer recognizes what's going on in the marketplace, and they do. The consumers are not stupid at all.
Consumers are smart. Yeah.
And this one, I'll tell you what, I've been stunned at the positivity. Is that a word, Tom? Positivity.
Positively, it is.
Positivity. In response from everybody, because this is a hot button item right now. Firearms and ownership, which is always a hot button item. Mm-hmm. Right now, more so than it's ever been. I mean, we have received so much. We're used to getting, somebody saying, so why'd you come out with a 10 millimeter on 1911 instead? We wanted it in XDS. Yeah. Now it's like, hey, kudos for you guys. I'm buying firearms because. So I hope other people follow suit.
Yeah, but, and they are. I mean, you saw we're right across the hall here from Hornady,
right.
And of course they just cut off New York and said we're not selling to even law enforcement agencies in New York after what you guys are doing there. Well, that's pretty hard.
Wow,
that's hardcore.
That's hardcore right there. I didn't know that.
Yeah. I mean, Steve.
Yeah, of course. Steve's a good dude. He's one of us. I mean, Steve is like me. He's kind of just an overgrown plinker, that found a niche and started producing great products.
Found a bird nest on the ground and said, I'm going to go with this one.
I'm going to go with this one. This looks good. But, if you ever talk guns with him, you realize he's a shooter. And he's one of us. And that's a big move. Kudos for them.
Yeah, that's a good deal. We're talking
solidarity, man.
That's right. We're talking with Rob Latham, like 25-time world champion, everything.
It grows every time we talk. It's like 300-time world champion.
This guy's been shooting for 600 years. Yeah, that's right. Started with a little magic gun, and it's okay.
Yeah. So, I remember when I won my first world shoot with a bow. No, an atlatl. You know what an atlatl is?
Atlatl. That's the stick with the spear.
Right.
That's right. He says, I get the 1 minute cue. He says, but tell Latham it's only 10 seconds because that's
that's how long it takes him to wind down.
To say goodbye. Exactly right. So there you go. So you having fun?
Yeah, I am. It's always, I enjoy this show more than any of the other ones we do because you look out there and we're talking to shooters. It's not just industry people. SHOT Show's fun and all, but that's business. This is personal.
Keep your seat. I'm going to keep your. You got another 5-10 minutes for us?
You bet.
Cool.
Whatever you want.
All right. So we're going to be talking with him. So now you have another 20 seconds to say goodbye.
Okay. Well, I could sing.
No.
Yeah. You're right. Nobody wants to hear that.
Yeah, I spent 23 years getting listeners. And you could drive them all the way.
All the way in one
just right
tune.
There. It's
just one
done.
tune. Yes.
It's
We're going to let that go.
All right. We're talking with Rob Latham from Springfield Armory, of course, national champion, world champion, everything champion. Don't go far. We're at the NRA Annual Meetings in Dallas, Texas. I'm Tom Gresham, and this is Gun Talk.
Welcome back to Tom Gresham's Gun Talk from the Ruger booth at the NRA Show.
All right, back with you, Tom Gresham here. We're visiting with Rob Latham from Springfield Armory, obviously top competition shooter for the last years.
500 or 600 years.
Yes, exactly. All right, you had a fascinating encounter with your cab driver. You were telling me during the break. You've got to share this.
Okay, so I was riding in the cab last night from the convention center to the hotel, and I think, Tom, he was from Uganda. I don't remember for sure because he was on the phone talking to somebody in a weird language that I didn't understand. He explained to me what it was. I said, where are you from? He told me Uganda. I said, that's interesting. He says, asked me where I was from. I said, well, I'm here with a gun company. He says, oh, you're here for the NRA show? He says, yeah. So it was an interesting thing. He started telling me, when I came to this country, and part of the whole process, to be a naturalized citizen, you have to read the Constitution, learn the Constitution, and he read the Bill of Rights, and he said one of the things that was interesting in there is that you're guaranteed gun rights and what they're actually for. Says most of you people don't understand what it's actually for, because I've been in countries where the government came in and disarmed the population, at which point they have no power against them to stop them from doing anything. And he said one of the things that is so attractive is that you have the rights. You have the right to defend yourself. And he said, and one of the entities you may have to defend yourself against is an oppressive government. And I'm like,
he's from there.
Yeah, and I'm like, wait, did you read all this was this part of your book? He says, no, that's what happened.
That's what happened
in some of those countries. That's why I left. And he says, I'm not a gun owner. He says, I don't care about guns one way or the other, but your right to have them is critical. Hi, Steve.
Steve Hornady going by the way. Thank you, Steve.
This is the best thing about
what you guys did, partner.
Good job, Steve.
Yeah.
This is the best thing about being at a show like the NRA show. You see people like Steve Hornady walk by and say, "Hey, how's it going, Steve?"
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, you come by and say, "Hey, there's Tom Gresham. Let's go talk to him."
That's pretty cool.
But the whole point is that one of the attractive factors for him was it wasn't a hypothetical thing. At which point I said, well, yeah, that's kind of how we started here. A few hundred years ago, we had kind of the same thing happen.
Right.
And our founding fathers, he says, oh, you don't have to tell me the story. I know the story as well as you do, if not better.
Probably better than a lot of Americans.
Probably better because he doesn't take it for granted. That's the difference.
That's a good point.
He doesn't take any of that for granted. He came here and chose to be here.
He has seen what happens when we don't have a Bill of Rights.
Right, and went on the other side of it because he came from an oppressive government. He said, "Well, I had to escape. I had to get my family out of there." Once again, I hope I'm not getting it wrong. It was Uganda, but
it's an African country. So, yeah, there's a lot of them who have had those kind of problems.
And he's here because of what the Bill of Rights and the Constitution guarantees. And while he wasn't a gun owner, he says you need to have the right to defend yourself.
So he was very supportive of what you were doing.
Absolutely, 100%. Because I'm thinking like, oh boy. We're going to get a guy here. He's going to say that he's not going to say too much because he wants me to ride his cab.
Yeah.
Right. But he was quite the opposite. So it was a little, not disarming, but it was
that's cool.
A little bit shocking to be like, wow, it's a
refresher.
It is.
That's what it is.
Remember, there's a reality to this that we amongst the shooting fraternity, recognize and know these things, and it seems so simple to us.
But sometimes take for granted.
We do take for granted. And it was curious to have somebody who is a nationalized citizen telling me the benefits of the Bill of Rights.
I've had that happen several times. People who come here and says, you don't understand. Where I'm from, this is life and death, but we have no way of stopping it because we don't have what you guys have.
We escape. Our only way is to escape from it. And where do we go? The last bastion of civility.
Yeah, this is where liberty is. This is where liberty lives.
That's where liberty lives.
Exactly right. Well, that's a great story, my friend. So where are you off to next? Wait, I know where you're off to next. You're going to come see us.
Yeah, we're shooting in 2 days.
In 2 days,
we're going to Baton Rouge, although I don't know where.
You don't have to know yet.
I don't even know. I don't know. I'm flying in New Orleans, so you're going to tell me where to go when I get there.
We're going to go shoot 2 days with Rob for video, and then after that, you're off to a match.
The Single Stack Classic. Fly back up and go to Barrie, Illinois to shoot the, I don't know, it's 23rd or 24th, whatever. Single Stack Classic that we've...
Was it the first 17, 18, 19 of those? You won all of them in a row?
Well, I think I won 6 the first 16, and then other people weren't nice.
Yes. They didn't let you in after that.
Damn kids, they grow up and learn to
they
get
have no respect for their elders.
No respect for their elders at all. So I'm going to go back up and try to battle it out again.
All right, good deal. Well, good luck.
All right, man,
and I'll see you in 2 days. We'll be shooting some video of you shooting some guns.
Some new products, yep.
New stuff.
Yep.
Can we talk about those sometime?
Sure. I think everything that's out is on that list.
Right. Give me the list real quick. You got 1 minute.
91138 you've seen. We have the Saint 300 blackout pistol. We've got the SBRs. We've got the M1A and 6.5 Creedmoor. I know I'm forgetting some. XDS Mod 2 45, XDEs and 45, and the 10 millimeter 1911 with RMR sights.
Hoorah!
Just those things. That's all we got to get done in a couple days.
All right. So I get to shoot the 10 millimeter?
You can shoot all of them.
Sweet. All right.
All right, man.
Thank you, Rob.
All right. Thanks for having me.
All right. Don't go far. People will be coming back in just a minute with more Gun Talk. I'm Tom Gresham.
Stand for the Second Amendment with Franklin Armory. Their 3-position BFS Gen 3 trigger is one of the hottest products for your AR, HK, ACR, CZ, and B&T in curved and straight variations. In position 3, fire 1 round on pull and 1 round on release. Ideal for both tactical and competition use. Get a 10% discount on everything with the code word GUNTALK at franklinarmory.com.
Think all ammo's the same? Think again. Aguila Ammunition uses the highest quality materials and is one of the world's largest rimfire manufacturers. Want silent 22 ammo, powderless Super Calibri, and Sniper Subsonic merely whisper. For light recoil and big performance, mini shells make any shotgun a pleasure to shoot. Match grade and the Hyperfast Super Maximum and Interceptor 22 loads get the maximum for your rifle or pistol. Visit aguilaammo.com/rimfire. Feed your firearm.
This land, once wild and free, fades now from our memory. But I remember what it was like, what we were like, what we are capable of when we band together. Perhaps more than any other landscape, wetlands embody the life-giving abundance that nature has to offer. And perhaps more than any other organization, Ducks Unlimited is working to ensure that our continent's wetlands not only survive, but thrive for generations well beyond this one. These natural wonders are where waterfowl begin their cycle of life, where the deer and the antelope play, and where we, the people, gather together to see and share what makes the outdoors so great. The time is now to band together with organizations like Ducks Unlimited. The time is now to rescue our wetlands.
All right, back with you. Tom Gresham, we are live. Actually, we're live recorded. How's that weird? That's weird, Chris. We're live and recorded. It's actually Saturday at the NRA's Annual Meetings in Dallas, and you'll be hearing this in about a week later. But that's okay, because there's so much here we have to cover. We're joined right now by Chris Ellis, Timney Triggers, and Chris has got a smile on his face because it's spring and it's turkey season.
Oh, it's my favorite time of year.
Man, you are a turkey monster.
You can call me obsessed, addicted, I don't know. Last time I talked to you, we were in hunting pheasants, remember? We were hunting pheasants?
That's right. That's right, at Scattergun Lodge.
That's right.
God, we were having ball up there, too, man.
Yeah, lots of shotguns. So I'm an old shotgun guy. Grew up in West Virginia hunting turkey, self-taught. I guess 26, 27 springs now I've been going every year. So my son's getting into it, and it's just my favorite time of year to get out.
All right, so you've been doing it long enough. You've seen the changes. Used to be you just grabbed whatever shotgun you had,
exactly.
You went out, and you said, I'm going to put my full choke in, and we're going to go. Well, that's not the way anymore, Ben. They got custom guns and custom chokes, and some of these chokes are so tight. People used to say, well, you can't miss with a shotgun.
Yeah.
Pardon the man. When you got a choke that tight, it's easy to miss, isn't it?
Well, I've missed quite a few in my career.
Yeah, because you're shooting at you're shooting a head neck.
Yep.
All right. And you got a pattern, depending on how far out you are, could be 6 inches. Could be no more than 12 inches.
The danger zone of these modern turkey guns choked down that tight is like a 15-yard and under shot. But with a shotgun, traditionally, right, a 15-yard shot, you think, well, this
piece of cake. You got it.
But we're choked them down so far that they perform out to 40, 45 yards, whatever the
it's
new.
Really like shooting a rifle.
It is exactly like shooting a rifle nowadays.
Okay.
Yes.
So that being the case, people are putting optics on their shotguns.
Absolutely.
Which is smart.
Yeah.
That's good. But you still, to your point, and you were telling me that people are throwing the Timney Triggers in their 870s.
Yeah.
And it's I know people say, that's a shotgun, but you actually kind of started off doing that for slug shooters.
That's right. At Timney, if enough people ask us to build a trigger, absolutely. We've been listening to the customers since 1946. They want us to make a trigger for their firearm.
Right.
We look at it. If we can make it a Timney, by golly, we'll make it a Timney. So one of the things they asked for, and you're right, it came from slug hunters. There was people who were taking shotguns, to hunt deer in Midwestern states where you can only have to use a shotgun.
Right, and so that is shooting a shotgun as a rifle.
Right, so they came to us and we made it, 5 or 6 years ago now, we made an 870 trigger fix, which is a sear and a spring kit. Really easy to install like most Timneys are. And it allowed the person to adjust their trigger, pull weight. It also took up a lot of the creep. It turned that 870 platform, that 870 trigger system, it turned it into something that you become to get more accurate with.
Right.
So if you could adjust it to 1.5 pounds, maybe you wanted 3.5 pounds, whatever you wanted.
Right.
Whatever you became.
Set it the way you want it.
Yeah. So you could take your slug.
So it goes off when it's supposed to, when you want it to, which is the whole essence of accuracy.
Exactly. So it feels like a Timney. So it becomes more of a mental thing. Okay. I'm on target.
So take the trigger you developed for slug shooting.
Yeah.
And use it for turkey hunting.
Yeah, so I've been traveling around the last 3 years, well, longer than that, but don't tell my wife. But anyhow, I've been traveling around to a lot of different turkey camps in a lot of different states. I'm one of those guys that wants to kill turkeys in every state.
Okay.
And I want to hunt as much as possible. And I'm starting to see this trend that people are taking the 870 platform, kind of like a 1022 or AR modern day,
right?
And they're building out what they're considering the ultimate or the utmost turkey gun. And it's starting with a lot of the platforming trend I'm seeing is starting with the 870 and the Timney trigger fix. And then you're right. They may dip the barrel into their favorite camouflage. They may have a red dot or some type of optic in there.
Right.
Then they get a load choke combination. The variables there are...
Oh, it's crazy.
Especially with the new ammos that are coming out now, the new shot shells.
Absolutely. I mean, you couldn't have even imagined them 15 years ago.
No.
The loads that we're shooting today. They shoot so tight.
Yep.
And I've been there. had a turkey one time. I was behind this huge rock, right, big as a car almost, not quite. And I hear this turkey, and I kind of peek up, and he's like, right there.
Right there. I love that, yeah.
Right? I mean, right there. So you drop back down, shoulder the gun, and then come up over. And, I mean, we're talking 10 yards less. Well, you don't have much pattern.
No.
10 yards. You just don't have much to work with.
You're throwing a softball really, really fast.
Yeah. And really easy to miss.
Yeah, absolutely easy to miss, yeah. We used to be, back in the day, we'd set up our guns at 25 yards.
Right.
And most of them patterned pretty good with a full choke.
Right.
And you got some turkey loads, number fives.
As you say, now you got effective 40, 45-yard rigs.
It's amazing. I get pictures, as we all do on our phone, especially during turkey season, drives me nuts. But I love it. I get to see people sending me turkey pictures. And some of the yardages these guys are shooting and girls are shooting at 40, it used to be a long shot.
Well, I mean, some of them are hitting at 50, 55 yards.
I've seen it, yeah.
I mean, so you have to have, first of all, you have to know where it shoots.
Exactly.
You got to pattern it with your load, with your choke.
Yep.
But you also, you got to be able to make the gun go off exactly at the right time, and that's where the trigger comes in.
That's where the trigger fix comes in, exactly. You need to be able to repeat that, whether you're sighting in on a target at 40 yards or whatever your new yardage is.
Because when you're wing shooting, you're just slapping it.
Right, you're just slapping it.
Yeah.
But us turkey hunters, you know this, we're sitting still. We have usually the shotgun shouldered. Mm-hmm. We have some type of support, whether it be our knee or some type of trigger stick or some type of shooting stick or whatever.
Almost a bench rest kind of a rig.
Yeah, exactly. And with the new optics and stuff today, the turkey walks in and we are sighting just like a rifle shot. And if the mind, the finger, the trigger, if it doesn't all work together, if you don't say I'm on target and the mind says pull the trigger, if you have any element in there, drag, creep, really, really heavy, you're going to move that just by pure physics and science, you're going to move that shotgun off target when you pull the trigger.
Well, and we talk about, you could miss. You could actually be even worse than that. You could just fringe hit them with the side of the pattern, and now you didn't get a clean miss. You just got a cripple that you lose.
That's hunters,
that's the worst of all.
Hunters, that's our nightmare, right?
Yeah.
That's what we don't ever want to do. We'd rather miss in front of everybody on TV.
You bet.
Than
every time
to wound something, and it's a big. But what I'm seeing is people are taking the time, load, choke patterns, taking a lot of time practicing their patterns exactly where they want them. They're ready for Tom Turkey to walk in, and it all starts with the platform, and we know that.
Easy to install?
Simple to install.
Okay, TimneyTriggers.com?
TimneyTriggers.com. We call it the 870 Trigger Fix. It'll fit into all common 870 trigger groups like 1100, 1187.
Oh, okay.
Remington used the same trigger.
The same fire control system and
same
all
fire
those?
Control. Yeah, so just get on the website at Timney and look for 870 Trigger Fix. And you'll see all the firearms it's compatible with, and it's a lot of fun. It's if you like messing around with turkey guns, like a lot of us do, right? It's a great place to start.
So I know it's killing you to be here instead of in the turkey woods right now.
I know. My brother just sent me a picture. He doubled this morning with his cousin.
Oh, leave it to your brother to rub it in.
Oh,
right?
I know. I'll get home Monday. I'll hunt Tuesday through Saturday, a little bit in the high, and then I'm closing out in Massachusetts this year. So,
really?
Yeah, I've never hunted in Massachusetts.
So how many states have you killed a turkey in?
I'd hate to.
You don't have the count?
Not yet. I'm getting close.
You're supposed to have that in your head.
I know.
Do they have turkeys in Hawaii?
Yes.
But not in Alaska.
Not in Alaska. You're right.
That's the only state.
That's the only state.
And think about the whole. There was a time when it was kind of hard to find a turkey in most states.
Yeah, the whole turkey thing. If you look back, 1955 or so. I mean, it's a great conservation story. It's a great hunter story.
Impressive recovery that we can imagine.
Yeah, I mean, just do a little bit of research on the wild turkey in America.
Right.
It is a great conservation story.
And lots and lots of credit goes to NWTF.
Oh, no doubt about it. Absolutely. And local DNRs, local game and fish, trapping these things.
People getting behind them.
Moving them.
And supporting it.
And now we have turkeys. We
got turkeys in people's backyards everywhere. It's crazy.
It is the granddaddy time for a turkey hunter right now. Huh? And I'm sitting right here with you.
And I know you really love being... No, you don't love being with me. You want to be out in turkey woods, partner.
I love the conversations at NRA.
I understand.
I love them.
Yeah, and it's great.
There's no place I'd rather be today. Tomorrow.
But you're going to beat feet and get out here and go hunt turkeys.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
All right. TimneyTriggers.com. Chris Ellis, thank you so much.
Always my pleasure, sir.
It is a pleasure. We are having a ball here. We're at the NRA's annual meetings in Dallas, Texas, and we are just having a great old time. Tell you what, if you get a chance, get yourself to an NRA annual meeting. Next year is your year. If you're not here, be there. one of the fun things about doing the show here is you never know who's going to drop by. And Mr. James Dickey just dropped by. He is the chairman of the Republican Party of Texas. Thank you so much for hosting the NRA here, man.
It is my pleasure. What a great group of patriots to have in our great state.
It is a terrific event, and obviously the great state of Texas is a pretty fertile ground for gun rights and always has been. As the chairman of the Republican Party, do you face much in the way of people trying to infringe on rights here? Is that a fight that takes place in Texas much?
Unfortunately, everywhere the fight for our constitutional rights to bear arms and to do so freely is always under attack.
It really is. It's everywhere, isn't it?
It is.
And of course, it's all coming out of Bloomberg, but that
it is. But we have been fighting for it and looking to expand. I testified in front of our legislature last year and told them, that it was not great that at Texas we weren't leading the pack, that we weren't the ones who already had constitutional carry, that we still have to have a license to exercise our Second Amendment right.
And I know that comes up. And, of course, I remember back when Texas tried to get concealed carry, and it passed and passed and passed and passed, and the governor kept vetoing it, and then the solution was to get a new governor.
That's right. Well, and we are going to have a new Speaker of the House. We hope that change, along with some other new legislators, that's really going to make a difference. But we have made a lot of progress. We now have a license carry, so we can carry openly and conceal. We don't have to worry about those terrible situations. We've also now got campus carry, which, again, has proven to not be at all the Armageddon that everyone was trying to predict.
It never is. They always predict that. It never is.
Yeah.
One of the things I was mentioning earlier is just the quality, and I just say the quality of the people, the quality of the crowd. Small thing. Look around. Where's all the trash? You got 80,000 people in one place.
Yep.
You go to a football game and look at what you get.
That's
Here
right.
you got nothing. I saw somebody drop a piece of trash. Somebody behind them reached over, picked it up, dropped it. Took care of it.
Yep.
Small thing. And I know there were people in Dallas who said, "Oh, should we have the NRA here?" Give me a break. This is like one of the greatest groups of people you'll ever have. They spend money. They say please and thank you. They open doors for each other. They're polite.
That's right.
It's a great group.
One of my favorite things was with the president here yesterday and the NRA here. I mean, holy smokes, that was a target-rich environment for protesters.
Right.
And there were 7 or 8 of them outside. They were all there. It was shocking, yes.
Well, but if you watch the media, they'll grow. The numbers will grow, right? I mean, you deal with the media. You get it.
Yeah. Well, and we have to be willing to do that. We have to be willing as leaders on our side to fight and to fight back and to take our message straight to the people, because the people do believe in liberty and opportunity and the principles that are enshrined in our Constitution and that are all of ours by right.
Let me give you an opportunity here. You run for re-election?
I am. I'll be up for election at our state convention June 14th through 16th in San Antonio. It's a 300th anniversary of San Antonio. It's a 150th anniversary of the founding of the Republican Party of Texas. And I built a track record of doing a good job fundraising, doing a good job of working with elected officials, doing a good job of fighting for our principles in the legislature and getting things to happen. And I hope that I have earned the support of the 10,000 delegates and alternates who are going to be at our convention, at what is the biggest political convention in the country.
Is it really?
Every 2 years in Texas. It is so big that even in Texas, there are only 4 places we can even have it.
Holy cow. James Dickey is the chairman of the Republican Party of Texas. The website is texasgop.org, right?
Yes.
All right. So if you want to know more about that, you want to check out Mr. Dickey. Thank you for walking by, dropping in, and spending some time with us.
It is absolutely my pleasure. Thank you for all the great work you do for our rights.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Like I say, you never know who's going to be walking by, and it's just a hoot and a half. And I'm looking around here. We got a lot of fun people. We're going to have some more things coming up when we come back from the break. I'm Tom Gresham. I hope that you can stay with us. And as I say, if you've never been to an NRA annual meeting, you owe it to yourself to go. It is like 80,000 people of one family getting together. It is so much fun.